A gunman turned it into a place of horror, but worshipers transformed it back into a place of hope. Yesterday, Emanuel AME Church held its first services since that murderer shot and killed 9 members at Emanuel, and churches all across the United States ministered tried to deliver messages of healing to their congregations. Reverend George McKain is the National Director of Public Affairs for the AME Zion Church. He's a former local pastor in Charleston. Reverend, thanks very much for joining us. What did the people coming to church yesterday hope to hear?
You just said it. The people coming to church yesterday all came looking for a message of hope. They want to know about survival. They want to know about tomorrow. They want to know how to make it through today. But it was all grounded in looking for a message of hope, as well as a word of healing.
Tell us about these relatives. Despite this horrendous loss, losing their loved ones, they quickly said at that bond hearing on Friday they were willing to forgive this killer. Tell us about that.
Well, the Christian experience is built on forgiveness. All of us have sinned and come short of the glory. We've all done something wrong. Maybe it hasn't been murder, even though the commandment said, thou shalt not kill. They could not do anything but have a spirit to forgive and their Christian witness to be effective. As what Jesus has done for us, and so as God has made a way for us, it was in their hearts. And they were clear. It was hurting them. But as many of them said more thoroughly, more than just, I forgive you, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Reverend, take us a little bit behind the scenes in your community now. What's going on in the aftermath of this horrendous, horrendous massacre?
In the aftermath of this massacre, I would say, not that it was determined to be that way, but I believe God planned it to be that way. This has become, from the holy city of Charleston, a completely different experience. People are praying. I believe some, honestly, who've never prayed before or who haven't prayed recently, are praying, turning back to that source of strength and inspiration, their creator, their sustainer, their protector. The people are bonding together. I've never seen it like this here before, where blacks, whites, Christians, and Jews, old, young, the rich, the poor, everybody has come together because they realize it's a tragic experience for all of us. It has affected every home as well as all of the homeless. It has affected those who have as well as those who have not. And everybody wants an answer. How can we come together? How can we stand together? And there's something now this time. People want it to be more than rhyme and reason. They want there to be some, some, as you say, putting the walk to the talk. They want an answer that's going to be sustaining. They want a difference to be made, and they're willing to be made a part of that experience of the difference. Lord, make me different so I can help make the difference.
When members of your congregation, Reverend, come to you and ask the age-old question, how can God allow these horrible things to happen to good people? What do you say to them?
Robert Schuller wrote that book, What Happens When Bad Things Happen to Good People. I mean, it's all in God's divine plan. We saw things in the Bible that would not have gone the way we wanted them to go, but it was all for a reason. And, the question was asked as one man, why is this child in this situation? Did his parents sin? Did he sin? He said, no, this was that the glory of God might be revealed. And so we trust and we believe that out of this, and then after this, something glorious will come, not just for the Holy City, not just for Emanuel AME Church, not just for these 9 families, but for everybody that has experienced it across this nation. We've got prayer vigils in our denomination that are going on across the nation. Tarrytown, New York, Greensboro, North Carolina, right there in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We were just here, the 3 denominations, AME, CME, and AME Zion, the 3 historically black Methodist denominations, were just here at this same venue, June 3rd, talking about banding together racial concerns, social witness upgrading, trying to make sure that our witness would be of constant, current, and relevant effect. And then this, and Pastor Pinckney entertained that, hosted that.
Yeah, I remember that Rabbi Harold Kushner wrote that book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. I remember reading that many, many years ago as well. And I remember my dad, having read that book, he also pointed out to me, you know what, son, God works in mysterious ways. We don't understand God, but we just have to keep on going. Reverend, thank you so much for joining us.